My question is, how long have you been in the sex industry?
It would be, oh shit.
Oh, that was a hard. It was a hard question.
No, it's language. I got into it when I was like 22. I was a male topless waiter.
Yeah.
And I got into it when I was about 22, 21, around that age. And I worked in Adelaide as a topless waiter on the big night out bus, and had a blast. And then I went and joined the military. And even when I was in the military, I would do the occasional like topless waitering gig or the occasional stripping gig. And then I came to Sydney and I just threw myself headfirst into it. Had a stage name, you know, all those sorts of things. Had an absolute blast doing it. So yeah, it would be close to nearly 15 years. Yeah, well, shit. I said it again.
I didn't want to kill you. I'm sorry.
No, I'd never actually really even thought about how long I've been.
But I think it's like you. But obviously, you are grateful because you set yourself with this industry in some point.
Yeah.
I think you have to be smart enough. It's like this is like you.
Well, you're in the industry as well, and you can you'll testify the stories and the experiences. Like no one will ever believe some of the stuff that we see and the stuff that we get away with doing. Like there is just things that you get a chance to do.
Oh, you're moving.
But there are like things that you get away with doing. How many times would a guy be able to put his hand up and say he has been paid for a girl to do a off of his member? We're keeping it PG. And I'm like, I've been paid so many times.
The funny things I've been learning in the industry, I have to say, you know? But this is for another episode when I will tell more about my industry. But what is for the future? I want to know.
For future. So now I'm now out of the military.
Yeah.
I'm now working in construction as a tower crane operator, high-rise rigger and dogman, and absolutely love it. It's great. I'm outdoors. I'm working with the boys where it's awesome. I love it. I've got a little side project going on with a very close friend of mine where we've started an Australian golfing tour. We have called ourselves the UPGA, which stands for the Underperforming Golfers Association. So instead of the PGA, which is the Professional Golfers Association, we're the UPGA.
This is for beginners, all of us, including me.
Yeah, because we underperform. Wow. And it's just a bit of a laugh. So we started that as a bit of a side project because he wanted to come down and go on and catch up and go on this like 8-day tour around New South Wales. So we then went and got ourselves polo shirts made up just for us, and then like 20 people.
Wow.
In just in his little friendship group were like, oh no, we want in. So they've now ordered polo shirts and hats and stuff, and we're just like, did we just accidentally make a business?
Literally. You never know when you're going to create a business, you know?
Yeah,
like,
we just like, what? And we're taking orders now, and I haven't even seen the polos. I haven't even seen the hats. I haven't even seen the merch.
But you already sold it.
It's already sold, and we haven't even made it yet.
Wow.
Like we're taking orders every day, and we haven't even received them yet, and it's just crazy. Like we haven't even got photos.
Well, congratulations, that's amazing.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy. It's just it's nuts how like you turn one page in your life and then another, and then you're on another chapter. And it was one thing that I actually kept saying to my ex-partner who was in the OnlyFans space, and I would say it to her like almost every time we would do a collab or something on the way home or something. I'd just be like, What is your plan when the page in your life turns and you're no longer able to do this? And she would never ever be able to give me an answer.
Really?
Never. She never had a clue. And it was funny. Yeah. Recently, there's another girl.
My plan is ready. Yeah. It's just
there's a
time, just a little time.
there's another girl in the industry, and she I don't know her personally. I just follow her on Instagram, and every now and then, like we will like message each other or something. And she put on her story. She was like, "Ask me questions. Ask me whatever you like." And she's one of the top female escorts in Australia. She makes ridiculous money off one client. It's insane. And she said to me, I said to her, what is your plan after being in the sex industry? And I'm like, you're making all this money, you're very successful, you have really established yourself as like one of the top girls. What are you doing with your money? What are you planning on doing? And she couldn't give me an answer. And I was just like, thinking to myself, I'm so glad I'm out of this life, because I'm just like, these were the people that I was around, people that were making all this money, that had no clue what to do with their life. Like, they weren't investing, they weren't putting it back into themselves, they weren't getting qualifications or anything like that. And it was like just purely living in the absolute now. And if you're living in the now, the now has already gone. The now, like when I just said what I said then, like you're living in the now, it's already gone. In the past, it's already gone. So if you're thinking now, you should be thinking 10 years from now.
Yeah, literally.
When you're like in your late 30s, in your 40s, and you might not want to be married with children, but you might want to be married with children in 10 years' time. You don't know what's going to happen.
Exactly.
You know, or all of a sudden tomorrow you might wake up and you might no longer be the number one girl in the scene. You might no longer be the number one guy in the scene. And if you're not planning for that, because it's going to happen, everyone's rankings drop because there's always someone new.
Always someone new. Always is someone who lead the trends.
Exactly.
And one who is willing to do more for less.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
That's a competition.
Exactly. That's what you're competing.
You have to innovate your business.
Yeah. The wolf at the bottom of the hill is hungrier than the wolf at the top of the hill.
Yeah.
And if you're thinking to yourself, you're going to ride this wave for like the next 10, 15 years, you are kidding yourself. And you need to be planning, what is my exit strategy?
Yeah.
You should always be thinking, if I need to get out, I can get out tomorrow and I'm going to be fine.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be thinking to yourself, oh, next year I'll get out and I'll be okay. No, you should be able to like pull the plug right here, right now, and be able to go, cool. I've got qualifications, I've got some investments, I've got some money in the bank.
Exactly. If I want to start a new life, how do I do it?
Yeah, and and really, what else are you doing with your free time? Like, go get yourself educated. Go get yourself a qualification.
Literally, go run a business. Yeah. Go create something. What else are you doing? Like, literally.
Exactly.